Bună ziua! Bine ați venit la lecția 10 de limba engleză, nivel mediu, clasa a 5-a. Manualul acesta. Am să vă arăt cele două pagini ale lecției noastre de astăzi și vă rog să le faceți captură de ecran sau să le copiați cum știți voi, pentru că le vom lucra împreună. Gata? Reading corner. About the author. Oscar Wilde. Born in Dublin on 16th October 1854, the author, playwright, and poet Oscar Wilde is a popular literary figure from late Victorian England, known for his brilliant and rich style. Sorry. About the story. The Happy Prince and Other Tales is a collection of stories for children by Oscar Wilde, first published in May 1888. It contains 5 stories: The Happy Prince, The Nightingale and the Rose, The Selfish Giant, The Devoted Friend, and The Remarkable Rocket. The Selfish Giant by Oscar Wilde, adapted. Every afternoon, as they come home from school, the children go and play in the giant's garden because he is away to pay a visit to his cousin. It is a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there over the grass stand beautiful flowers like stars, and there are 12 peach trees in the springtime break out into delicate blossoms of pink and pearl, and in the autumn bear rich fruit. The birds sit on the trees and sing so sweetly that the children sometimes stop their games in order to listen to them. "How happy we are here," they cry to each other. But one day the giant comes back. "My own garden is my own garden," he says. "Anyone can understand that, and I allow nobody to play in it but myself." So he builds a high wall all around it. He is a very selfish giant. The poor children have now nowhere to play. They try to play on the road, but the road is very dusty and full of hard stones, and they do not like it. They wander round the high wall when their lessons are over and talk about the beautiful garden inside. Then the spring comes, and all over the country there are little blossoms and little birds. Only in the garden of the selfish giant it is still winter. The birds do not care to sing in it as they are no children, and the trees forget to blossom. Once a beautiful flower puts its head out from the grass, but when it sees no children playing, it slips back into the ground again and goes off to sleep. The only people pleased are the snow and the frost. "Spring is not here in this garden," they cry, "so it is ours now." The snow covers up the grass with her great white cloak, and the frost paints all the trees silver. Then they invite the north wind to stay with them, and he comes. He is wrapped in furs, and he roars all day about the garden and blows the chimney pots down. This is a lovely spot, he says. We must ask the hail on a visit. So the hail comes. He is dressed in grey and his breath is like ice. I cannot understand why the spring is so late in coming, says the selfish giant, as he sits at the window and looks out at his cold white garden. I hope there is a change in the weather soon. But the spring never comes, nor the summer. The autumn gives golden fruit to every garden, but the giant's garden she gives none. He's too selfish, she says. Exercise number 1. Read the text and arrange the pictures to tell the stories. The picture number 1 is the one where the children are playing in the garden and picking flowers. This one is number 1. The picture number 2 is this one where the giant is building the wall. The picture number 3 is this one where it is winter only in the giant's garden. And the last picture, number 4, is this one. The giant is looking out of the window at the winter from his garden. Exercise number 2. Read the text again and mark the sentences true or false. Number 1. Every afternoon, as they come from school, the children go and play in the giant's house. It is false, because they play in the giant's garden, not house. Number 2. One day, the giant comes back and builds a high wall around the garden. It is true. Number 3. The children try to play on the road, but the road is very dusty and full of hard stones. It is true. Number 4. Only in the garden of the selfish giant it is still spring. It is false. It is still winter, not spring. Number 5. The birds do not care to sing in the garden as there are no children, and the trees forget to blossom. It is true. Number 6. The snow covers up the grass with her great white cloak, and the frost paints all the trees silver. It is true. Number 7. The hail is dressed in grey and his breath is like ice. It is true. Number 8. The autumn gives golden fruit to every garden, but to the giant's garden she gives more. No, it is false. And the last exercise, the third one, match the words to their definition. Number 1, wonder. We match it with the letter C, walk without a purpose. A hoinări. Number 2, wrapped. We match it with covered. Înfășurat. Number 3, selfish. Goes with G, uncaring, meaning egoist. Number 4, roar. We match it with A, make a long loud sound like a lion or a jet plane, meaning rugged. Number 5, cloak. It goes with F, an item of clothing that hangs, pelerină, manta. Number 6, chimney pots. This goes to B, a short pipe attached to the top of a house, meaning coș de fum. Oamenii care se încălzesc cu sobă au un coș pe unde iese fumul, coș care se află pe acoperișul casei. Bear fruit matches with E, produce, rodește. Number 8, hail, goes with letter D, frozen rain. In Romanian it is called măzărică or măzăriche. This is our lesson. Before to stop, before to finish, please subscribe. Înainte de a închide, vă rog să vă abonați, pentru că eu intenționez să mențin acest canal gratuit. Dar pentru aceasta am nevoie de cât mai mulți abonați. Așa că vă rog să le transmiteți și prietenilor voștri și cunoștințelor voastre informații despre acest canal. Rămas bun, la revedere!